When it comes to performing a kata at a grading or a competition, one of the key things you have to do is impress the judges or the panel that are watching you do the grading. And sometimes if you're not quite sure how to do that, it can be a little bit daunting. So that's why we're here to give you 3 very simple tips that will boost your confidence and improve your katas to a point where you will impress those that are watching you.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you just joined us, you are watching Norwich Karate Academy. Be sure to check out all our other videos, and while you're there, click the subscribe button to keep up to date with all our content.
Now, one of the common things that people tend to think will make their kata look better is doing really big stances. Now, in my opinion, there is such thing as too big of a stance. If you think of it this way, if your stance is so big with your feet so far apart, one, it looks very out of proportion because I can't actually bend my knee properly in order to do, say, front stance. And at the same time, if your stance is so big, you are going to slow yourself down trying to step forward. It's going to be 3-4 times as hard work trying to step forward, backward, or do even a turn. The same goes for back stance and horse stance. If your back stance is so big, as you can see, the proportion of my stances is very out of place. My knee's not in the right place, my feet aren't in the right place, and one of the other common things that tend to happen is people do such a big stance that their feet are then turned very awkwardly in this position. And the same goes for horse stance. If your horse stance is so big so that you can't bend your knees in an appropriate way, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to move. So I'm going to give you a very simple drill that helps you work on making sure that your stance is an appropriate length, as well as working on speed, moving from one stance to the next, and it'll also help how you move your stances while performing certain techniques. The great thing about this exercise is that you don't need a huge amount of space, and you're working on 1 or 2 very specific parts of the stance. The first part is bringing your legs in nice and quickly without coming up and down. And then at the same time, you're not stepping forward or backwards. You're basically doing that same action, but stepping forward with the other leg. And what you're doing is you're focusing on that quick twitch, that quick squeeze of bringing your legs in, and then bring your leg out nice and quickly as well. And at the same time, when you start adding moves, it focuses on making sure that you're keeping things still. So you're not jumping up and down and moving your arms around. You're focusing on keeping your arms dead still so that when you do bring your legs in, everything stays where it is, and that your timing works really well. So you're not moving your legs separately from your arms. You're simply working everything together so everything finishes at the same time, and you're working on that quick twitch. And you can do that for other stances as well, like this.
Just a quick reminder, keep up to date with Norwich Karate Academy by clicking that subscribe button.
My next tip is something that a lot of people tend to forget and actually don't realise how much of a benefit there is, and it's don't rush the kata. Rushing the kata means your technique won't be as good as it potentially could be, and you're not focusing on each technique. So one of the best things you can do is practice doing the kata half speed, so therefore you are aware and in full control of every single technique you do. It's very easy to go through the kata and just get it done, especially where you might panic and you might be a bit nervous. So getting the kata done quickly is your way of going, that's it, I've done it now. Whereas actually, there is a way of being able to control how you do the kata which therefore means your technique will improve, and you'll actually find that once that improves, you won't want to rush your kata at all. So doing it half speed actually gives you more control over your body when you perform the kata. And this way as well, especially if the kata is more dynamic, you've got more chance to focus on getting your feet in the right place, getting your hands in the right place, and making sure that everything finishes correctly so that you're satisfied with every single move before you then move on and perform the rest of the kata. And this way as well, you start to understand it a little bit more. And when you start trying to do it faster, you try and do each move exactly how you've just done it, but slower. And last but not least, in order to improve your kata, you have to keep practicing it over and over and over again. And yes, that does mean trying to perform it in a way that you would whether it is at a competition or at a grading, because you need to know how the kata feels when you perform it nice and strong. If you don't do those necessary steps in terms of trying to perform the kata nice and strong, nice and fast, you're never going to know any areas that will feel a bit weaker, might feel like you need a bit more work on. So doing that more regularly will make you understand how you're performing the kata, and therefore you'll find bits that you go, actually, I need to work on this bit, but I do like this bit. That way you're starting to understand the kata so much more. And that way you've got areas you can work on, so you can then go back to practicing, say, the stance drill that you saw earlier, or you go back to sections that you're not sure on, do them half speed, work on the technical bit to get comfortable with that before then doing it full speed. So 3 very simple steps which will actually help your katas going from being a little bit shaky and a little bit wobbly to actually a fantastic kata that will actually impress people when you perform them. Thanks ever so much for watching, and if you did enjoy this video and you found these useful, give it a comment below and let us know what sort of things you would like us to cover in these videos. Until next time, take care.